'Tis the season for consumerism. I am not a big fan of preaching to people to buy this, buy that, right? I think it's way more useful to get really good at using the stuff that we have. But that said, there is some merit to buying new gear and new plugins if it's something that helps us become more efficient in doing the job that we're supposed to do, if it's something that improves the quality of what we're doing, or if it's something that just gives us some inspiration to keep us doing things in a fresh way. I think there's merit to that. So if we are going to be buying stuff, now is the time to do it, because now is the time in which most things are on sale. Of course, there's a lot of stuff on sale, so I thought I'd go through some of the sales that I think are the most interesting because they're coming from the companies that I particularly believe make some of the best products. So let's jump on in here. The first one that I want to point out here is Boz Digital. If you've watched my videos, you've probably seen Hoser 2, God, at this point, hundreds of times. I use it all the time. It's my go-to EQ, and the sales that Boz Digital are putting up right now are crazy. Everything is like 70% off. So there's like Transgressor at 29 bucks, Hoser XT2 is at 39 bucks, Hoser is at 29 bucks. Things I haven't even heard of here are for like $10. So just scrolling down this list, everything is on sale. And they're doing a buy one, get 50% off the other in addition to that. So in theory, you could buy something like Transgressor and then get the wall for like $5. The sales here are so good, I honestly might just load up the cart myself and say whatever, because like, come on, $10 for Sasquatch Kick Machine? Like, come on. It's a great deal. So Boz Digital, I love their stuff. I think everything that they've made that I've tried at least has been good. There's a few things I haven't tried. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to be demoing everything and probably loading up the cart here myself. All right, next I want to jump over to Sound Theory. So I did a video a while back on the Golfos EQ. That's one of those types of plugins where it's like, most of the time, I don't feel I need it, but when I do need it, I absolutely have to have it. It does something very specific. It's a very dynamic multi-band, multi-point EQ that kind of like intelligently figures out what needs to happen. Sometimes it's just needed. Now, they have another plugin out here called Crafter. This is 30% off. I've been interested in this plugin for a while. I saw it demoed at NAMM and I was like, oh, I really got to try this. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to. I may just purchase this sight unseen. I really trust the company in terms of their ability to make really good things. I've heard nothing but good things. And when it comes to something like doing a really unique and precise take on clipping, which is something that where there's like both a lot of musicality and a lot of math in terms of getting the programming right, I feel like Sound Theory is going to do a really good job with it. So I'm really, really interested in this plugin, and seeing it for 30% off is really cool. And if you're interested in the Golfos EQ, that's 40% off. So next one we've got going here, this is a company that's actually been out, but I wasn't aware of. Glenn Fricker and Alex Nasla have a company called Spectre Digital. Glenn Fricker, the guy who keeps screaming at me every time I watch his videos. Why are you screaming at me, Glenn? Anyway, he makes really, really cool stuff. And they just put out this Icon Classic Rock. The drums are ridiculously good. Like, I think I speak for everybody when I say that typically with VSTIs, like contact instruments and things like that, there's always this kind of like artificiality. So we're always looking for the packs and the programs that don't sound artificial. For rock drums, this is the one. This sounds super realistic. You would not be able to pick out whether or not it was a real drum kit or programmed hearing these sounds. So this is on introductory sale. It's like 30% off, 35% off, something like that. I don't know what the math is here, but it's on sale. I definitely recommend looking into this because it's super cool. And also shout out to Alex and Glenn. All right, next up we've got LANDR. So LANDR is a company that I've done a number of videos for. I have a really good relationship with them, and they have a very, very controversial reputation in the audio space. From the engineering perspective, I think they've gotten a lot of heat because they broke into the market with their automated mastering. But I started looking at them from the perspective of somebody who is maybe, say, a songwriter who just needed to get the engineering done and out of the way easily. LANDR is amazing for that. Everything that they provide just makes the engineering side of things so simple. So for people who are not necessarily engineers, but are more musicians, songwriters, producers who just need to make the engineering happen as just a necessary evil, I think that LANDR is offering some of the best stuff here. So they've got their full bundle here, which has a bunch of stuff. It's not their complete bundle, but it's basically all the stuff that you need. It's got their LANDR mastering, their LANDR effects, their LANDR composing tool, and the synchro art stuff, and that's for $350. So that's 50% off. That is a fantastic deal. Now, if you don't think that you need all of that, they also have some individual sales, and I will say that, coming at things from a professional point of view, Vocaline is an absolute must-have. If you're doing serious engineering work and you don't have Vocaline, you are cutting yourself off at the knees, and that is on sale for 40% off. I'll also say the LANDR Effects Suite is actually legitimately really good. I'm using it on my commercially released mixes. I really like the effects vocal. I really like the effects acoustic. Both of those are really cool, and that's 50% off as well. One more thing to say about LANDR, if you're in that category of people who are just trying to engineer because that's how you're going to get your songs out, like you have to get the job done, they have a subscription where you get everything for $12.50 a month. So honestly, you pretty much cover all your bases. I did a mix of an Akon record using only the plugins that were provided, and I did not feel that anything was shortchanged. I'll put a link to that, actually. It's a fun video. All right, so next we've got Mixwve. I am a Mixwve fanboy. I just think everything that they make is amazing, especially the plugins, which applies more to what I do. They make a lot of amp sims and things like that. That's more for like the production side of things. So if you're tracking DI, bass, or guitar and you want to have a virtual amp, they make probably some of the best on the market, if not the best on the market. But if you're mixing and recording like I am, their plugins are what's going to catch you. I'm using Level all the time. It's fantastic sounding. And then the Hazelrig VLC, not only is it really good for the saturation, but it's also just the top end EQ alone is really, really dope. So, but all of these are really dope. They all sound amazing. They all have great use cases, and they're all on for 40% off, I want to say. I don't know. Whatever the math is, it's normally $150. Now it's $90. So whatever that is, it probably says it at the top. I'm probably being dumb. Yeah, 40% off. Look at that. Look at me knowing stuff. Okay, anyway. Oh, also, I've been playing with this Centurion thing, and this thing is awesome. So, just an aside. So, definitely check these guys off. Check these guys out, because they're doing amazing, amazing, amazing stuff here. Masterplan. So, Masterplan is on sale. Masterplan has become my go-to limiter. It has replaced the FabFilter Pro L2. No shade to FabFilter. They make great stuff. But for my final processing, I'm putting Masterplan on my master channel when I'm sending my refs out to my clients, or if I'm doing the mastering myself. And what I find actually is that when I use Masterplan, I'm not taking the whole thing off if I'm sending out to a mastering engineer. I'm taking the loudness down to 0, but I'll leave a lot of this other stuff on, the thick control, the clean control, the tape control, whatever I happen to be using, all that processing that's been packed into this plugin, I leave all that stuff on before I send it to the mastering engineer. The only thing I get rid of is the loudness, and sometimes even a squeak of that, because sometimes you can get a fun soft clipping out of it. So, I mean, this is something that's really, really cool and definitely worth getting. Last up, we have our only analog device, and that is the Handsome Audio Zulu. It's something that I use on the mix bus across a lot of my mixes. I have a video showing how I use Zulu on my mix bus. It's a really cool video. I'll put the link in the description below. But there's a lot of really cool uses for this device. It's really good at smoothing things out, fattening things up. You can get a lot of interesting tones, textures, and flavors out of it. And I wanted to point out that this one was on sale because it's never on sale. I don't even think that they go on sale even for like a lot of the typical sale times. Like I don't think they always run Black Friday sales. I don't think that they always run Christmas sales, stuff like that. So I pretty much never see this thing on sale. So I wanted to point it out because if you were thinking about getting it, if you were kind of like, maybe I will, maybe I won't, not sure, I'm interested, this would be the time to pick it up, because pretty much all the other times of the year and your life, it's going to be list sale or list price for the most part. So yeah, that is my list here. I think that all of these plugin companies and Zulu are all really incredible devices, and actually that's really more why I'm pointing them out. It's not so much because of the sale, it's because of the fact that they're making stuff that's so good, and now is the chance to get it for less than what they normally price it at. Most of the stuff is actually priced pretty fairly anyway, but now would be the time to take advantage of it, in my opinion. So thanks for checking out this video. I'll have links for all of these different sales in the description below. Lots and lots of links in the description below. Check the description below. Anyway, if you think this video, hit that like button. If you want to catch more videos like this, hit subscribe with the bell notifications so you get notified. And lastly, you know what we say here at Weiss Advice. We are musicians, sound is our instrument, and I will catch you next time.